everyone, it's Alice and welcome to this vlog. I just kind of felt like making a vlog of today just because, well, I don't really have a reason, I just felt like it. And it's been a while since I made a vlog, so I figured it would be fun to do one. So today is Sunday. You're probably not gonna watch this on a Sunday. Most likely it's not gonna go up on a Sunday, but today is Sunday and I have the day off and I just have plans to like read a little bit and do some stuff around my apartment, and then in the afternoon I'm meeting up with a friend, which I'm really excited about. Things are finally opening back up in Oslo, which is great. Finally we get to like do things, and it's the perfect time to like come out of lockdown because summer has finally arrived. And it's like, for Norway, today is going to be a pretty hot day. It's going to be like 25 degrees Celsius, which is pretty good for us. And even though I'm not like a huge summer person, I can tell that it's like nice that summer has finally arrived. Now I am also going to be reading a little bit today. I'm currently reading The 40 Rules of Love by Elif Shafak. This is my second book by this author. I read the book, I think it's called 10 Minutes and 38 Seconds in This Strange World. I read that a couple of years ago and I really enjoyed it. I really liked the writing style. And when I reviewed that book, a lot of people said that I should read this. So I got it. And now I'm reading it. Before I get to reading though, I need to eat breakfast. So I'm gonna do that now, and I want to show you this bread that I got because I love bread and I feel like, you know, a lot of people love bread, so I'm sure someone somewhere would like to see this amazing bread that I got. So before I show you the bread, I just want to point this out that I have my plants in the sink because I'm watering them. I don't keep them here normally, obviously, but I don't know. This is how I was taught to like water my plants, so I put them in the sink in a little bit of water and leave them for like 30 minutes, and then they are supposed to like soak up all the water that they need. Either way, that's why the plants are there. But look at this bread! So this is a sourdough bread, as you may be able to tell, and I got this from a local bakery, and I love sourdough bread. It's so good. I feel like most people really like it. And I should really learn how to make it, but I don't know. I'm gonna do that at some point, but not right now. So for now, I'm just buying bread, and this looks amazing. I feel like most Norwegians, and probably like Scandinavians in general, eat quite a lot of bread. Like we eat it usually for breakfast and maybe even for lunch almost every day. So a lot of us really appreciate good bread, and whenever I get bread now, it reminds me of this TikTok that I saw where this guy is like screaming about how we as humans don't deserve bread because it's so good, and I feel like I feel the same. So I'm gonna eat a couple of slices of bread, and I think I'm gonna put this on. This is like blue cheese, which I know not everyone loves, but I really like it. A funny thing about this though that I think about every time I eat this kind of cheese is that when I was a kid, I was a really picky eater. I really didn't like a lot of things. I liked pancakes, like I would eat pancakes all the time, and I also liked this. Of all the things that I liked as a little kid, like blue cheese was it for some reason. So I still like it now. I eat it quite a lot, but I don't know why I would love this as a kid because I feel like most kids don't. So now that I've eaten, and it was really good by the way, 10 out of 10 would recommend that bread. It was really good. I am gonna do some reading, and then I'm gonna do some like chores. I gotta do some laundry, and I'm gonna like change my bed sheets and all of that stuff that you need to do every once in a while. I might do that first actually and then read, but I thought I would tell you what this book is about before I do that. So for those of you who haven't read this book, I'm assuming some of you will have because you recommended it to me. This is like a historical fiction book, but it's the kind of book that has a current day perspective and a historical perspective. So we meet this woman in 2008. She lives in Northampton. Her name is Ella, and she is a homemaker and a housewife, and she has like a husband and 3 children and a beautiful home, and she is like at that point in her life where she realizes that she's kind of unhappy and she's not satisfied with the life that she has, and she works as like a freelancer for this literary agency, and she reads, I guess, books that they are thinking of publishing. She like reads them, and she's been sent this manuscript, and I haven't gotten like super far into this, but I think that she feels a lot of affinity with the story. She feels like her life lacks love, and that story is all about love, and she has started like writing emails to the author, and that's like where I'm at with that perspective. The historical perspective in here starts off in 1242, and the part where I'm at now is set in Baghdad in September in 1243. And we have met this man who is a wandering dervish. I hope I'm saying that right, I don't really know. But a dervish is a member of a Muslim religious order, and he like wanders around, and he spent his life wandering around, and he's a Sufi, I think, and right now he is on his way to meet the poet Rumi because he needs like a companion or something, and this dervish feels like it's his destiny in life to meet this poet, and that's as far as I've gotten with that. I'm pretty sure that the historical perspective is supposed to be like the book that Ella is reading and that this guy has written, and it's all about like love and stuff. And yeah, I'm about 85 pages in, and so far I am really enjoying it. I will say I'm not in the best reading mood these days. I have been like not in the best reading mood for like a couple of months now. I feel a little bit slumpy. Like I am reading, I'm just reading less than I usually do, which isn't necessarily a problem. But I'm also noticing that I'm not enjoying reading as much as I usually do, and I'm not like, I don't know, usually I will make quite a lot of time in my like everyday life to read, and I can tell that I'm not really reaching for books right now, and I haven't for like the past couple of months, and I am forcing myself to read a little bit because there is something to like making videos on YouTube about books that you sort of feel like you do need to read a little bit to like do that. I'm trying to like give myself a break when it comes to that and not stress about it, but then I also kind of stress about it because I just can't help myself, and I'm trying to not put too much pressure on myself. But then I'm also like my own worst critic, so I like can't quite help myself. So yeah, I'm having some issues with reading right now, but I am enjoying this, and I feel like this was a good book to pick up right now because the writing is really good, and I think that once I get like really into this, it's gonna be great. Anyways, I'm gonna go do some chores now, I guess. Do you still call them chores when you're an adult and you're the one who like gives yourself the chore? I don't really know. But I'm gonna go do some stuff, and then I'm gonna sit down to read. So I have to go meet my friend very soon, and I thought I would do like a very quick update. I read a little bit more in this. I read like 4 chapters, not a lot, but I got busy doing like stuff around the apartment and cleaning and things like that. And now I gotta go meet my friend. So I'm really excited because we are going out to eat, which is great because things have been closed for so long, so it's really fun to go and like eat at a restaurant. And then we're also going to the movies because the movies have finally opened again, which is very exciting. I love going to the movies. I think the last time I went to the movies was like, I don't know, like late summer last year, because the movies were like, the cinemas were open for like 2 months before they closed again, and I watched Tenet, I think. I think that's the last time I went to the movies. And this time we're gonna watch, I can never remember the title of this movie. I think it's something like Women. The movie's called Promising Young Woman, and apparently it's really, really good. I haven't seen the trailer or anything, but a friend of mine told me that it was about like a woman who, I think, seeks revenge on like really horrible men, which, you know, I want to see that. I'm gonna bring the book with me though and see if I can maybe get some reading done on the subway or something. It's not really that far away, so I don't really know, but yeah, I gotta go. Alright, so I am back from dinner and the movies. It was really fun. It was such a treat to get to go to the movies again, and going out to dinner was really nice. And this movie that we watched, I gotta talk about it for a second. So I don't really think I explained what this movie is about. All I really knew was that it was about a woman and it was about revenge. And the movie starts off with us meeting this woman who is 30, and she is working in a coffee shop, and she's living at home with her parents. And we find out that she used to go to med school, but she dropped out because something happened at med school that made her drop out. A lot of the people in her life are questioning what she's doing, and they seem kind of worried about her, especially her parents, and they're wondering why she's acting the way she is, why she's working in this coffee shop when she could be doing something else, and why she's not like going after a career, and why she doesn't have a boyfriend and all of those things. And she also comes home really late sometimes, and her parents don't know what she's doing. But we find out that what she's doing is that she is going to clubs, and she's pretending like she's really, really drunk. And she is like there alone, and she will sit there and pretend like she's really drunk until a guy comes up to her and offers to like take her home and whatever. Usually what they do is that they end up taking her home with them, and then they try to take advantage of her. But she's actually sober. So the minute they start like trying stuff, she will like snap out of her pretend drunkenness, and she'll be like, "What the hell are you doing?" The movie explores violence against women and women being taken advantage of and assaulted, and it was a really interesting way of like exploring that. Like, the movie is a little bit different from what I've usually seen, at least, and it was a very kind of brutal but also very interesting exploration of that topic. I think one of the things I really liked about this movie is that I often find that in movies and sometimes in books, violence against women and assault is often used as like a way to develop the character, like something bad will happen to them and they'll like somehow make it through and become like a stronger person despite of it, but also kind of because of it. And I think that that is very often kind of problematic sometimes, and I think that this way of exploring the theme and this main character was very interesting. It was like kind of a different take on it. The main character in this movie was really interesting. She's very complicated and complex, and in a lot of ways you really sympathize with her because she's in a lot of pain and she's in this culture that is really bad. Like she's, you know, the movie has a lot of things in it and a lot of dialogue and stuff that sort of parrots a lot of things that we hear in our society, like, oh, she was really drunk and she wanted it and all of those things. There are a lot of those things in the movie, and you can really see how that affects the main character, and you do feel for her. But then she's also just doing a lot of things that are really bad and not good and very questionable. And I think that it was a very interesting character and a very interesting exploration of the whole theme. I also gotta say that the main character is played by Carey Mulligan, and I think she did such a good job with the character. She really captured a lot of her emotion and struggles, and I thought she did a really good job, and I feel like she was like the perfect actress for that role because she just, yeah, she was really good in this one. I would actually love to know if any of you have seen this movie because it's the kind of movie that is very interesting to discuss. I think there's a lot of stuff in it that I think we should talk about more, actually, and it's a good, like, it's the kind of movie that makes you reflect, but it's also a good conversation starter in some ways to sort of talk about some of these things, which I think that we should do more of. And yeah, I really liked the movie. It took a lot of turns. Like, I thought I knew where it was going at certain points, and then it didn't go there. It went in a completely different direction. And especially towards the end, there were a lot of surprises, I will say. That is gonna be it for me today, though. I didn't read anything else, but I'm gonna take my book with me to bed and try to read a little bit. This time of year is always funny because the sun sets so late that you get really confused for how late it actually is, but it's like the sun is still out, but it's like close to my bedtime, so I'm gonna get ready for bed. Let me know if you've seen the movie and what you thought. I would love to know. And then also maybe tell me what you're currently reading because I'm always interested in that. And yeah, I will see you soon. Bye!